I'm in here today again for some interesting topic or discussion about handling students, like when to properly handle your students, especially if they're not really of that in the mood to listen to you, like during your lesson. So actually, the moment a student enters your class, okay, you will know right away if they're in the mood to listen, or you will know, or you are going to feel if they're really interested in listening to you. Or some students are like testing your patience, or some students is gonna be like playing or testing you if you know how them handle them well or treat them as they're expected from you. So in handling students, the moment you I mean the student enter your class, you should build a rapport. Okay, so meaning you have to really show that you're interested in how's their day go, and in that way you're building a relationship. And in building a rapport, as if you're trying to establish a really warm connection with your students, and somehow, or in reality, or yeah, somehow they can really feel your your closeness, and you're really connected with them. So not on their thinking, but they can feel that. So if they're very um, acceptable, so and we if we can really accept them as, who they are. So it's like building rapport is like establishing a good connection to your student the moment they enter your class. So it's like building a trust in your customer, or building a trust from your students. So in a way, it can greatly impact your rating at the end of the lesson. And apart from teaching them well, or handling their class well all throughout, from the beginning of your lesson up until the end. Of course, lesson proper, or the technique of teaching, is very important. So after building rapport, you should be able to know well the lesson proper, and then the handling of lesson really matters. If they have question, of course you should really answer them well, and if not, be able to use them in a sentence, or in the actual situation by which they can relate, like the basic sentence. Or you can try and check for the simplest word, or the synonyms of that word, or vocabulary words that you can apply, so that they can understand it according to their level, or in their level of understanding. That's very important. So in my teaching, I see to it that when I tell them the vocabulary words and they do not still understand, of course I have to create a sentence by which it has the same meaning as to the words that we're building at, and somehow they can relate. Okay, so in a way, they can also answer your situational questions because of how you revised the question in the simplest terms that they can understand. In handling a rude student, sometimes if we're a good teacher but our rude student can test, or are testing our patience. So although, okay, they may be rude, but it depends on the teachers on how to handle or respond to their rudeness, or rudeness, if I may say so. Okay, just to correct myself. So it depends on the teacher on how to handle their being rude, or rudeness. So sometimes it helps for you to have like to study different reactions or different attitudes of your students, and of course you will learn. Okay, as long as you can experience, or you can have many students displaying different personalities, different attitudes, you can somehow learn on that. So in the first call, or in the upon if your student enters your class, be able to determine or to analyze or to apply little psychology about their emotions, because you will know their behavior right away the moment they you greet them and then they respond. You can see, you can feel the manner of them responding to you back, like, how are you, welcome to native camp, how are you? And then if they would respond, oh, I'm good, and then without even telling their name yet, and then they're so happy, you will feel that they're really interested in you, not only to learn but to establish rapport or building rapport to you. So the reason why there's the rudeness becomes bad in a way, or it will just ruin your lesson, is because we're really being affected right away by the rudeness. So it's up to us to handle that rudeness act, you know in a student. So for me, if I can feel that they're not in the mood to answer me back, okay, when I'm all smiling and when I'm ready to ask them a question, and I can feel that they're very hesitant, I actually smile, and I revise once again my question, and then I'm going to see to you that I'm polite, very polite in answering or in trying to ask them. So I may know right away, I want to know right away their moods are. You can really feel it, so you can handle the rudeness. So in order to avoid the rudeness being really bad, okay, and that it will ruin your lesson, you should be able to handle them, all the overall psychology that you're going to do, like be able to check their emotions, and you will know right away, but by how they respond to you, so that rudeness will show. Okay, and then their emotions and how do they respond to you, like please repeat after me. And if it takes time and they're really that you can see in their facial expression, actually you should be able to read their facial expression. You will know right away if they're not really that so friendly, if they are if they want to have a direct answer from you, and you will know right away if their mood is not so good. So you should be able to really to be like to act not only as a teacher but as a psychologist. So it helps, to know, to learn, and be able to learn the different personalities of students and reactions. So in if you encounter that certain reactions then or attitude, then you must be able to handle it well, because you encountered such, a unique personality or unique attitude from your students. Hello, Sophie. How are you?